I don't know if you've seen Gary Lineker is at it again. He's writing letters to the political leaders, I think it was addressed to Britain's political leaders, with a few others, including Brian Cox, slamming the government's Rwanda policy. You know, one of the big questions that we have with Gary Lineker, perfectly free if he's an ordinary member of the public to have a view on Rwanda, I'm sure all of our viewers at home do. Again, has he crossed the line on this old BBC impartiality point that he's been in trouble about before by putting his name to this letter?
Well, yes, everyone will remember that massive row that happened earlier this year when he was in a bit of trouble with the BBC for expressing his political views on Twitter/X. I still don't know whether to call it Twitter
But let's not forget that the biggest ever audience viewing figures in recent times for Match of the Day was when there was no presenters. In fact, it was a rare occasion we actually gave people what they want on TV.
Having said that, he is very popular, though, Jake. He had a lot of support and a lot of people defending him after that happened earlier this year. So I imagine that will be quite similar this time round.
Do you think he changes opinions, though? Do you think people go, look, I was massively in favour of the government's Rwanda policy. Oh, Gary Lineker spoke, I've changed my mind. Do you think it actually works, or is this just showboating and virtue signalling from basically metropolitan elites and lovies and celebrities?
It's hard to say. I think lots of people see him as an influential figure, and I think lots of people who just want some guidance with their politics will actually slightly take what Gary Lineker says, which sounds really strange because obviously he's not a political figure, nor is he someone who works in politics or has like a particularly politically informed job or anything like that. But I do think he does have a big platform, and
well,
he does have a
talking
bit
about
of influence. Well, exactly.
So we're talking about it, him and Brian Cox. Sam, is this representative of the country, or is this metropolitan elites? So if I go talk to people where I live in Lancashire, Rosendale and Darwin, they say to me they don't support Rwanda because it doesn't go far enough. They want more. But Brian Cox, Gary Lineker, do they speak for the nation?
The public have got really clear views on this. They would actually support, in poll after poll, sending gunboats into the channel to turn people back. Never mind waiting until they get here, bringing them ashore and then putting them on a plane. They would do anything to stop it because the public have seen what this is, which is a rigmarole, which, yet again, the lawyers in this country seem to have engineered. So there's always a claim, and I apologise to you, Jake, as a former member of the learned profession. But
once a lawyer, always a lawyer.
Once a lawyer, always a lawyer. But the public can see a sob. And I don't think that privileged celebrities who, let's not forget, we know are paid hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of pounds, I don't think they find that convincing.
But they do have cut-through, don't they? I mean, Alicia's absolutely right. People, you know, down the Dog and Duck or the Black Dog in Crawshay Booth, where I was on Friday, will look at this letter and say, well, I respect what Gary Lineker says. I respect him as a fantastic former England player, brilliant television presenter. So if he thinks Rwanda's wrong, I should think Rwanda's wrong. And that's why they do it.
I don't think it works a little bit, even a scintilla anymore. I think people know exactly what Gary Lineker thinks before he's opened his mouth. They know it's going to be the same metropolitan, liberal carping. I think the public have had enough. I think that's why they're turning off Match of the Day consistently. And thank goodness that the era of these...
Well, what a missed opportunity, of course, Match of the Day. You could have had it presented by, I don't know, Jacob Rees-Mogg and Lee Anderson. You know, it would have been a sort of right-wing Match of the Day. No, there wouldn't have, any goals from the left wouldn't have been covered on the programme. Anyway, well, I don't think it changes opinion. But look,